now morph into. Hey guys, sorry about that. The mic muted by itself. That was weird.
Ooh-wee. Welcome back to Drip Music X Thursday Nights Live. We have another artist interview. Tonight, we have Kat Marino. Kat, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Hot. I don't know where you're at in the world right now, but it has been so hot here in East Tennessee. It's
Yeah.
scorched.
Oh wow. What's the temperature over there in Tennessee?
Right now, it's 85 at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh
So
wow.
it was like
Yeah.
100. It was 100 today and felt like 110. But
Yeah.
fresh is
Us
in
here too
Canada.
in New York, it was the same
Yeah,
exact way. It was brutal.
yeah.
Even at like 6 in the morning, I stepped outside and I was like, okay, I'm gonna die today.
That's
And
the
I'm
crazy part. Is like Fresh is from Canada. He was saying it's that hot up there too.
Wow.
and
But
I'm in
then,
Florida and I'm outside.
yeah, you
Oh,
said it. You said it was what? What is in Florida right now? 82.
82.
82.
oh, okay, get out of here. Way to brag.
That don't even make sense. How is it cooler in Florida?
In the
Yeah, right.
summertime, the northern is hotter than down here. It just is. I don't know why.
Wow.
Well, hopefully it cools down here for everybody soon. I don't know why the whole is it the whole world hot like this right now? I saw something
Yeah,
about France
because
was in a
like
Well,
heat wave too.
France is like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're
yeah, that
not.
they had it last week.
Yeah, they're not. They have never been prepared for this weather. They were jumping. Oh God, what were they jumping off of? But it was like basically sewage that they were jumping in because
Oh,
They
they
were trying to
wanted to
cool down.
cool off.
Into the
No, they don't have
Thames.
air conditioners or anything. So
but why jump in sewers? Have they or sewage? They
That's
have
what
they?
they got, bro. It's the
Nah, bro.
Thames.
Hold on. I need to teach the whole country of France something real quick. All right. I guess they don't have dogs or chickens or any type of animal. The way you cool down is not jump in sewage. You dig a hole in the ground into the cool dirt and lay in that.
yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I
I, don't-
guess a lot of people don't know that.
that's
See,
what I'm
you're
saying.
smart. You're smart, and
I
that's
would
why you
I wouldn't
probably
say
He's a
that.
redneck.
you're
That's why he
smart, and
knows
that's
that.
probably why you have the corner office.
I'm
He's
smart
a
because
red.
I'm going to jump in the
He's a
pool if I get
redneck.
hot.
Yeah,
The sm-
exactly.
I was about to say the smart guy's the one with the pool behind him right there. That's the smart guy.
I think it'd be a lot of people would argue with you on that one, but I'll take
Nah,
it.
bro. Listen. I'm the one who's trying to look smart with all the books. He's the one who's talking smart, but
No
you're the one
books.
who's actually smart. You have the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm
you
dying.
guys, like, together make a full brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
Maybe.
That sounds
Maybe.
close.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
That's why we have guests because
Yeah, yeah. Those other episodes without guests, they're weird. They get crazy.
But that's the fun of it. That's like
absolutely.
the office banter that everyone wants to hear.
It's true. That's why
But the stuff we talk
podcasts
about
are
before we
big.
go live is usually better than the stuff that we do when we do live.
Don't tell them that we'll have to start recording that and make a Patreon.
I was just gonna say Patreon. Hey, if they want to
Yeah.
pay for it, I'm all
Yeah.
about it.
Well, go ahead, Michael.
I was gonna say. So tonight we got Kat Marino, and you are a multi-instrumentalist. You were a
Correct.
model and a producer, and now you're a performer.
Yeah, which
How
is
did that journey all come about?
okay. So, where do I begin, Rob?
What age did you
Okay,
first pick
so
up the instrument?
okay, well, here's the thing. I never thought I could be a performer. But when I was like 4 and 5 years old, my aunt had a piano and I would go there. She would babysit me and I would just venture over to the piano and kind of just figure out like notes and hear them and things like that. And in my mind, I would think of a song and I'd go over and over and over in my mind that song, and I would figure out the notes on the piano. So, like, my family at like 4 or 5 years old, my family was like, oh my God, like, play that again. And I would play, like, easy, like, Christmas songs and things like that. And whatever I heard in my head, I would just kind of play on piano. And I had begged my parents for piano lessons, but we were kind of poor growing up. So my parents, couldn't afford to uh, pay for piano lessons. But anytime I saw a piano, I was just like, this is mine. I have to sit here, I have to play it. I don't care what I play, even if it's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Like, I was so drawn to instruments when I was a kid. And luckily, my family was very music orientated. Had an aunt Mary and Uncle Tony. They're 86 years old. God bless them. I would go to their house, and they were like these kind of trippy people. They'd have like black lights, but they weren't stoners. They were old school, but they were very open to everything. So they had like guitars, they had a trumpet, they had a drum set, xylophone, like whatever, a glockenspiel. And
Hurdy gurdy.
I was the one kid who just was drawn to the instruments. And I never thought, I don't want to say I never thought I was good enough at playing. I was always very shy. I didn't want to be mocked if I didn't do things properly,
It was a confidence issue.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But I fantasized when I was younger. I actually like fantasized about being on stage and looking at an audience and feeling the lights down on my face. But my whole life, I'm like, that's never gonna happen. I was a makeup artist for 18 years. My fantasy was to, be a singer. I'm not a singer, but I'm a screamer. But uh so that's how I started at my aunt Lena's house, and then Aunt Mary and Uncle Tony. I got to give them props because that's what kind of got me going. And then as the years went by, I kind of just like didn't think, not that I didn't think about it anymore. I just didn't really pursue it. And I actually um, was on a reality show in hmm, 2005. It was for the music network Fuse. I don't know if you guys
Mm-hmm.
remember that.
That was a Canadian station, wasn't it? Or no? Oh, that was
Originally it
Much
was.
Music.
Originally,
Oh,
yeah, originally it was, yes. And then they had a studio in New York. So they held a contest, and unbeknownst to me, all right, here's actually how it happened. I was in my apartment, I was making dinner, and I had the TV on in the background just for like background noise. But I hear them say, if you want to be a VJ, fill out this paperwork, go to this website, and read the details. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go, thinking it was like an open casting call or whatever. So excuse me. So I go on there, I go on the website, I fill out the paperwork, name, address, any experience, because I used to model as well. uh so fuck, I just had a brain fart. Okay, so I'm sorry. I've brain farts a
You're
lot
okay.
because I had cancer and the chemo really fucked with my memory. So anyway, okay, so Fuse. And where did I leave off at?
The
You're filling
contest.
out the
You're getting
contest,
on the
filling out.
reality show. How you got on the real, you fill out the paperwork.
Okay, yeah. So I fill out the paperwork, right? So I'm not even thinking it's like I'm almost thinking it's just an audition. So I fill out the paperwork and get an email back, and they say we want a 2-minute video of you explaining why you want to be a Fuse VJ. And I'm like, okay, what exact? Can I curse?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Okay, what did you just do though?
What happened?
That's the AC. That's the AC.
My goodness.
So,
Put a
so
tank top on.
they wanted to, they want everyone to submit a video, like a 1 or 2 minute video of why they wanted to be, the next VJ. So I'm thinking, oh my God, everyone who's going to send in their submission is going to be like, hi, I want to be a Fuse VJ because I love music and My Chemical Romance is my favorite. And everyone's going to send in the same tape. So I said, I got to really stand out. What am I going to do? So I thought about it, had no clue. I go on my computer, and this was like 2005. So I had a Dell computer. Okay. That's how old I feel like. So anyway, the Dell computer had like a sample video, uh, just to show you how it worked on the computer. So the sample video was a silent video of like a 3 or 4 year old Asian kid riding a bike with the training wheels. Okay. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh my God, this is going to be what I'm going to submit, because whoever sees that is going to go, what the fuck does this have to do with being a VJ? So I send it in.
You
like
got on
that
a
afternoon.
tricycle and filmed yourself riding it?
No.
I
Just sent the stock video.
I
Oh.
sent in the stock video.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was silent. There was nothing, no music, no words, nothing. Completely silent.
I'll be honest, it would have got me too.
Yeah, right? Because it's
it would've
so
got me.
bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Like I would have at least been like, what the fuck? I would have hit you up and be like, what the fuck is this?
Especially in 2005.
Right?
Mhm.
Exactly. See, you guys get it. So I submit that in the afternoon. I kid you not. Like 5 hours later that night, I got a phone call and said, you need to be down at X, Y, and Z in New York City, and you're coming and you're auditioning for us. And I'm like, oh my God, this caught their attention. This is crazy. So I go to this bar where they have, their auditions. But I walk in and there's like 500 or 600 people at this bar that's 3 levels, and it's mobbed. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking I'm going on like a one-on-one audition. And I walk in here and it's just an open casting call. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm looking around and I'm just observing, and I see people like who are like scouters. They're in the audience and they're like walking around to people, and they have their little clipboards and they're kind of like taking notes. And I noticed that those people were going upstairs. So I'm like, okay, no one saw me. I'm thinking it's like just a regular audition. So I'm watching where they're bringing everybody. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to where they're bringing everyone. So I walked over there. They're bringing everybody upstairs, and it's roped off. And I'm at the bottom of the stairs. And I said to the security guard or bodyguard or whatever he was, I said, hey, listen, the casting director wanted me to be here at 8 p.m. I thought this was, you know, a one-on-one audition, didn't know it was a casting call, but so and so told me to come here. He goes, okay. Goes upstairs, talks to someone, brings them down, brings them to like the top of the stairs. The woman looks at me and whispers in the guy's ear. He comes downstairs, unhooks the rope and lets me upstairs. And I'm like, okay, cool. What's happening? Now they bring me to a room that has like 50 of us. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What did I even get into? What is this? So they take us in groups of like 10 to another room and they ask us questions about our lives. And then they put the camera on you and they say, okay, talk about yourself for 1 minute. So I talked about myself for 1 minute. I mean, I love to talk. So I was able to fill that minute real quick. And the guy who filmed me, he loved me. So he sent me to the next round where they had narrowed it down to like maybe 10 of us now. So and they did this all over the country. I represented New York. They had someone from Texas, someone who represented Texas, someone who represented California, someone who represented Oregon, and shit, some. Oh, and I think another person from New York or Jersey. So, Rob, help me out here.
So you were on a reality show, a competition that you didn't even know you were aware of.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So they narrow us down to like 10, right? We got to talk about ourselves for a minute and whatnot. So next thing I know, they bring me to another room and I'm by myself. And in my head, I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand this whole process and the groups of people and what the fuck. So eventually they open a door and they put me in this room and there's lights blazing, cameras, and there's a panel of judges. So you had Mistress Julia. I don't know if you guys remember her. So from Fuse, it was Mistress Julia and a whole bunch of the other VJs that actually worked for Fuse. And I'm standing in the room looking around going, what's going on? So they started quizzing me about music. Now I had a Ramones t-shirt on, but I have a sibling who was a roadie for the Ramones. So if I'm gonna wear a concert shirt or a band shirt or whatever, it's not because I just bought it at Kohl's. It's because I actually like the band. So, Rob, help.
You're on the show, and then you're a beat.
Okay. So yeah, I got the Ramones shirt on. So they think maybe I'm like a poser. So they start quizzing me on the Ramones, and I get all the questions right. So they're like, okay, wow. They're like, listen, we'll be in touch in about a week, and we'll talk to you then. I left there, and I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea this was for like a reality show. So like a week goes by, I'm at my house, phone rings, pick it up, and this woman says, turn on your TV right now and put on Fuse. I said, okay. So they edited like the whole progression of how I got there. And they let me know on television that I was the one representing New York.
Wow.
What was the show called?
It was called the Ultimate Fuse VJ Gig.
Now, did you? Were they
There's
just
very
asking?
little about it online, to be honest with you. Like, I have clips, like, I interviewed Fat Joe. I interviewed Taking Back Sunday. I interviewed a bunch of people, and I have clips of that. But it's hard to find. Like, I've Googled it, I've YouTubed it. Like, I can't find anything. I think. I think what happened, don't quote me on this, but someone said Jennifer Lopez bought Fuse, and then it just became kaput. Because a Fuse used to play like the 2000s,
Yeah,
like Papa Roach and uh and things like that. So um
It was
yeah,
cooler.
so anyway, I realized that I was on the wrong side of the camera, but it took me a while because after Fuse, so okay, I didn't win the contest. I came in third, but my ratings were so high that Fuse actually hired me after that. So they found a winner. His name was Adonis. And the demographic that Fuse was missing was like the hip hop rap demographic. So this guy Adonis won and he repped like that category. But my ratings were high. So they're like, we wanna bring you on. So I worked there for a little while. My ego got a little too high. I did some stupid shit. And they're like, all right, you got to go. But I got a phone call after that from a guy. His name is Steve Bartolone. He used to own something called Hollywood TV out in California. So he had called me and he said, listen, I have an opportunity for you in California. Let's do something. And, eventually I moved out to California. I started working for Hollywood Music TV. Then I did like some little like internet gigs. I did uh, places that went bankrupt, like a place called Blaze and Music Plus TV. You could actually find that on YouTube, Music Plus TV. It's Cat Marino and Ronnie the third, I think it is. So yeah, eventually I realized that that was not fulfilling to me, but I didn't know why. I liked what I was doing, but it wasn't something that I was fulfilled with. And I think I didn't realize it until now. Like I said, I was just on the wrong side of the camera and I didn't even know it was musically. My husband Rob, when he came into my life, which was about 10 years ago, he knew my stories of going to my aunt's house and playing piano. And he's like, dude, eventually, like, I'm going to get you on stage and you're going to play and then you're going to be a front woman. And I said, never. I said, there's no way I'm going to be a front woman ever. I'm telling you right now, never. And he's like, yeah, okay. So he eased me in. My first performance, not as a singer, but playing keyboard, was with DMC of Run DMC.
oh, nice.
We, yeah, we did a benefit show for the families of 9/11 who were affected that didn't, have medical insurance or, needed money to live and whatnot.
Did
So,
Rob play drums on that gig?
no,
A bass
he,
and guitar.
yeah,
I switched around different instruments.
yeah, he just said he switched around bass and guitar. He did. And so that gave me a little bit of confidence. I'm like, this legend uh just performs with me. So after that, Rob and I just he started breaking out the guitar and he's like, I want to put your lyrics to music, just let me try something. And I'm like, all right. So he breaks out the guitar and we start fucking around with music. I got a piano for free on Facebook Marketplace. We
Nice.
went, we go, yeah, we picked it up. The woman was like, it's free if you could get it out of here, but she was getting another piano. So she had her piano movers take her piano out and put her new one in. So Rob and I were like, "Yo, while you're here, can you bring this piano to our house?" And they did it. So we were like, "All
Nice.
right, sweet piano." So I would sit like all day long and just write riffs on the piano and record them. Like even if I didn't think it was great, I would just record them because it could eventually lead into something. So and Rob would be around and he'd be like, "Oh, that sounds good. Let me record it." Or if I'm playing, I'd say, "Rob, record this." And we worked off my riffs. And a lot of the keys and a lot of piano are incorporated in some of these songs. And then Rob was able to take those riffs and like transpose that into guitar, drums, bass, and we worked together. However, during these past years doing this, unbeknownst to me that I was going to be a front woman, we always had barbecues, and all of our friends are musically inclined, so they would bring over their bongos, their acoustic guitars, tambourines, whatever. So we would jam out in the backyard of our house and just kind of it got my feet wet. Like I said, without even me knowing it was I was getting my feet wet. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna, fuck around with some of my friends and do these tunes and
You didn't realize I was
whatever.
grooming you.
Yeah, right. I didn't realize Rob was grooming me. Absolutely. So, and then because I hit up a bunch of people on Instagram because I followed a lot. I like to incorporate musicians who don't have a name yet because there are so many talented musicians out there that no one hears. So, Jesus Christ, again, where
All
the
right.
fuck was I
First, you
going with
gotta
this?
you gotta address that you had 2 singles with DMC because we kind of tricked him by showing him your music when he was looking for my music.
Yeah. Okay, we tricked DMC because
He
DMC
works with me.
DMC works with Rob, and he hit up Rob, and he's like, "I need a song. I need something like Bittersweet Symphony." And Rob's like, "All right, I'll send you something." And he sent D one of my piano pieces, and D was like, "This is great. I want to do it. I'm going to start writing." And Rob's like, "Okay, I have to confess, I didn't write that. My wife did." And he was just like, "Cool, let's do it." And that song was what, Scars, Rob?
Scars.
Yeah, that song is called
And
Scars.
then we ended up doing It's Like That.
Yeah, and then we ended up doing another piano piece riff that I came up with. Is called It's Like That. And D is also on that. And that's
We
really
have we
cool.
have that video. Can we play it?
Oh my god, absolutely.
Because I think that's the
where
video where I said where he was on drums.
Yes, Rob's on drums in that video. Yes. And that's a great song because I feel like it's old school hip hop, that the new stuff is like auto tune, drum machines, the
Yeah.
it's all the same. There's nothing unique.
That's the wrong video.
our
Fresh.
samples are our own live music.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
the
Rob
second
was
one.
just saying our samples.
It's Like That is the name of the song. It's the second one I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say all the samples are us.
And all the samples are us, actually. Yeah.
Oh, hold on one second.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm very proud of it.
Why is it coming? It's coming out of my.
In the corner. live.
And with the plan, a mix of boom bop, classical, alternative, and hip hop, produced by the one and only Cat Marino Production.
At this point, you were singing.
This is a Cat Marino production.
You guys can hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's badass.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Now,
Yeah,
who was the other artist on that song? I know who DMC is, but who's the other guy?
He's one of our producers. His name is Diggy Ilrock.
Okay.
Yeah, his real name's Michael Murphy, but he's good. He's a genius. He really understood where I was going with that. He understood the old school I wanted to bring back.
Yeah.
Like I said, and I'm not dissing the new rap because I do happen to like new rap, but it's cookie cutter. It's all the same.
Yeah.
And that old school vibe, that like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, like those were big influences in my life. I loved rap growing up, and I also loved metal. So to be able to combine the two, not in a song, but just with my album, it's awesome. It's awesome, and I love it, and I'm proud of that song, and I really am happy that you enjoy it. So thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. for sure.
Definitely. Who's your top 5 hip hop artists? Or I'll make it top 3 hip hop artists of all time.
Oh, okay, top 3. Okay, definitely De La Soul. That's up there. Probably number 1. Huge influence on my life. Now, I don't think this is considered hip hop, but I will say as number 2, there was a band in the early 90s. I don't know if it's a band, but it was a girl group, and they were called SWV, and it stood for Sisters with Voices.
We can't hear you, Fresh.
I accept SWV.
I
Fine.
knew you was gonna like that answer.
Yeah, so Sisters with Voices. They were like the more romantic type, I guess, of like TLC. You guys know TLC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
Sure.
were kind of like a little more romantic and actually a little more ghetto. And I liked that because like I I don't know if ghetto is the right word. That kind of sounds insulting.
Street.
Yeah, street, exactly. And they had such a cool style. They had these really long nails and they actually curved. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to be like them. I was like in 8th grade. I went out and I got these huge nails, and I'm like, oh, I'm like SWV. So, all right, so that's number 2. Let me think about number 3. Okay, this is a tough one. Oh my goodness, number 3.
Has it got to be old school?
No, it doesn't
I
have.
know you like Kanye.
Oh yeah, okay, Kanye. People are gonna hate me for saying this, but Kanye, because I like that
No.
he's controversial.
I say I don't hate you.
I like that he's controversial, and I like that he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, that's one of the things too. Is like, no matter if people hate him or not, they can't take away his music legacy. Like,
Yeah,
is
he's a musical genius, I think.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah,
great
he's a
music artist.
savant for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Totally.
Old dirty game.
Totally. And okay, here's another one. Okay, forget about slide those over because I have a real number 1. Old Dirty Bastard.
ODB.
Hey.
He was my idol. I would listen to his songs, his album, the one that he did the song with Khalees. I think it's baby I got your money, I think is the name of the album or something. But I memorized every single lyric, every single like his what do you want to say, infliction,
Cadence.
yeah. And I have a heavy version of Old Dirty Bitch, which was influenced by Old Dirty Bastard, and the metal version is just its own version, but the rap version is you could hear it like in the hook. You could hear how ODB was heavily influenced with that. And it's funny because he has a son called Young Dirty Bastard, and he heard the song and he actually liked it. And I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. Just I gave props to his dad, because he was so Old DB was so original and unique. I mean, think about all his names. You had Big Baby Jesus. You had Dirt. You had Dirt McGirt.
Yeah.
You had oh my God, there were so many more. But he was a legend in his own right.
He had his own voice.
And he had his own voice and he didn't care. And I absolutely admired that, and it's something that really heavily influenced me. I can't even believe that wasn't the first thing I said, but yeah.
Now,
Now that you've done 4, you have to give one more.
Oh my God. Oh God, you guys.
Because nobody does a top 4, right?
Oh my God, I know you're right. Okay. Rob, you want to help me out with this one?
Maybe just Wu Tang in general.
No, no, I
Okay.
can't say
DMC.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
All
put
right,
the
maybe not rap, okay, but maybe somewhat in the category. Erica Badu.
Yeah, I'll accept her as well.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's another one. I would listen to her music over and over again, and it's like the kind of music you just like smoke weed to, and you chill, and you're like, man, this is great. So yeah, Erica Badu, and she was very like earthy. She was into the stars and astrology, and she was very wise, and she would speak at a lot of her shows. Obviously in between songs, but it was very interesting information, and she's just overall smart, and her music is
Absolutely.
phenomenal. So
So
yeah, there's
you,
my top five.
that's awesome. It was a great job.
Thank
Fresh
you.
argued with me for the longest time that it was impossible for people to give top fives. And now, how many episodes is it? And people have given top fives, Fresh? Huh? Huh?
They seem to be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I lost. What can you say?
He's defeated. Now, you got a lot of New
He
York.
doesn't know what to do right now. You see what just happened there, right? He does not know what to do. He's like, oh, he's defeated. Oh.
Well, I'll rub it in your face more later. But right now, I don't want to forget my line of questioning. You have a lot of New York influence. I assume that's from growing up in New York. Is there anything outside of New York that's influenced you in your music as well? Because you said you did live in Cali for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say that I lived in Cali for a couple years, and it's so strange. I fell into this like crew that like I didn't even like realize they were going to influence me. But um I don't know if you know the band H2O. They're New York hardcore, and I linked up with them, hung out with them. Juliette Lewis, the actress, she actually had a band, and it was called Juliette Lewis and the Licks.
Yep.
And it the album they put out, I could not stop listening to. It was fucking awesome. So seeing her, she used to hang out with my group of friends, so I would see her around, and uh, the just phenomenal, phenomenal. So that was a big thing because she's such a strong woman, you know, and she didn't really want to fit into a box or a category. And she just rocked it out, and she owned it, and she has balls. She doesn't care. She's almost like androgynous, and she's a powerhouse. So that was an influence on me. Um I'm trying to think like well, when I lived in Cali, also, like I said, I worked for Hollywood Music TV. So they would send me out, to concerts and stuff, and I'd go on the buses, and I would talk to the bands, like Seether. I was on their tour bus. I became friends with them, um, hung out with them. So seeing, like, I went to Starland Ballroom when they played there with them, and just seeing how the whole operation works, and not only that, but their music, I felt like I almost felt like I fit in more in California than I do in New York. um
Which one
I
has
feel
the
like
better weed?
sometimes in New York there are these, and it may sound strange, there are these like boy cliques, and they kind of think they run like New York, I guess. And when you go out to California, there's none of that bullshit. There's no politics involved. Everyone just wants to make music and have fun, uh, and that was a big, a big thing for me. But yeah, California, I just loved it there. I loved it there. I wish I could move back. It's funny because Rob and my daughter and I were going to go out to California and look for property because I loved it so much. But it happened to be the week California was aflame.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we didn't go. And I said, you know what?
With the sign.
California ain't what it was when I lived 20 years ago over there. So, you know, I was afraid. I was afraid. So we canceled the trip, and I'm like, you know what? Forget it. And New York it is.
So who's got the better weed, New York or Cali?
Well, back then, Cali for sure, because I lived there. It was like 2005, so the dispensaries were there. You just had to have like your medical card or whatever.
Your bullshit card.
And yeah, and it was very potent. It was very potent. I remember the edibles, like the little brownies were like this big, and I'd eat one, and like an hour later, I was wrecked. And I'm like, this is awesome. So, back then I never experienced such potency until California. Now in New York that everything's legal and you have all these dispensaries that are non-medical dispensaries, they have top-notch shit. But the thing is, it's so expensive. So I'd rather
Mm.
just go to, Joe Schmo and get an ounce from him, and I still get high. So, but yeah, I mean, to compare California back then to now, I don't know.
It is different now because, like you
It's
said, it's
very
everywhere now.
different. So
Yeah.
that's a hard question to answer. You stumped me.
Oh, you've not been stumped yet. We're almost to that
Oh
segment.
no.
It's Cali though. It's Cali. New
Yeah,
York is good. It's catching up, but it's
yeah.
Cali.
It's Cali. You're right. You're right.
Well,
So
that,
from the Run DMC era from 2 years ago, I guess that was, into what Destroy Myself Canceled is to now, how quickly did that evolution happen?
It was long. It was a 7-year process. I wrote Scars, not thinking anything, like literally not thinking anything. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna do this song with D, whatever. And
Then it's like that. You
then
still weren't really singing.
yeah, I
You did
wasn't I
back-
wasn't singing. I was doing backups. I did It's Like That.
wrote and produced.
I wrote and produced It's Like That. Um
Then you did an entire rap album with Diggy as the producer.
yes, okay, so then I did an entire rap album with Diggy.
Where you sang?
Diggy, who was doing he was producing.
And that's when you became a vocalist,
And that's
really.
when I became a vocalist. And that really built my confidence because Diggy was like, you could do this. Like, I have faith in you. So I got into the studio, and I spit my lines, and sometimes I would do the songs in one take. And Diggy was like, yo, were you a musician in a different life? Because how do you know, like, to do? I double my vocals. I'll do it in one take. It matches up. Like, I know. What else, Rob? Come fucking sit next to me, please. He doesn't want to sit next to me. This is so annoying.
I don't want to hijack.
No, because he can help me because I have
All right.
these brain.
So here's the deal. She does this rap album. I'm sitting in on the session, so she needs a guitar player or a drummer or whatever. I'm adding my 2 cents, but it's her thing. It was totally her thing at that point. When she would write riffs on the piano, we had a drum set in our dining room. I would get up if something sparked my interest. I would play a beat to it, and that's how It's Like That is, just piano and drums. and we kind of the engineer and producer, he cut it up into a hip hop song. We would just jam music. So what happened was, little by little, during her rap thing, the producer kept saying, "Rob, you play guitar, you play drums, you play. We got to mix the two. We got to mix the two." And Kat was totally against it. She didn't want to do Linkin Park. She didn't want to do Limp Bizkit, and I understood that. So I said, no, just let her keep doing her thing. And I said, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen organically. So her record was pretty much done. She had 8 songs, and we needed 10. So
That's when Cease and Desist.
well, no,
and
first,
All That I
All
Am.
That I Am came.
Right.
So she showed some interest in doing a heavy song. So I wrote the music, and I don't think I showed it to her until I went into the studio and tracked everything myself.
Yes, that's
But
true.
the song starts with scratching and a hip hop bass line I'm doing, and then it stops, and I go psych, like, and then it just gets heavy as fuck.
Heavy.
So I came home from the studio and I showed her. She's expecting a heavy song, and you hear psych, and she just busted out laughing, saying, "Oh my God, that's so fucking cool!"
Genius. Yeah.
So the way she reacted to it, I'm like, I want everybody to think, oh, it's just another one of her hip hop songs, and then you get hit in the fucking head with a sledgehammer. So when she heard that, then the floodgates just opened, and a voice came out of her that I had never heard, other than when I fucked up at the house.
That's a lie. You never heard that voice.
I've heard that voice numerous times. So no.
Can we play that
voice
song?
Came out of her, and I was like, "Holy fuck! Where the hell did that come from?" And it came from the music. She was inspired by the music, and then we took like. It's not like her personal diaries, but everything she tells me, I just retain.
No, it's my personal diaries, basically.
Well, yeah, but
This
not
is
in writing. Not in writing.
Right. But
I absorb what she says. We converse. I take notes, and the lyrics for All That I Am it's her life.
Yeah.
So I'm like her ghostwriter, where she tells me things. I'm like a stenographer. And then we go back and turn it into song format, as far as, So it just happened like that. She had a hip hop album with 8 songs. She needed to fill it out. I wrote a 9th musically. She did the lyrics, All That I Am. And, it's about her asshole brothers.
well, it's about how my childhood was kind of shitty, and I didn't.
And we have that video we can play real quick now too. Then.
Yeah,
For
and
the
the
transformation
morphed into the last song, Cease and Desist. It just kind of it just happened organically.
Yeah.
we got All That I Am queued up, I believe. I love that song, by the way.
Thank you.
It rocks.
Oh, thanks.
All that I am and all that I want is not what you want me to be. Because this is my life and this is my choice. An eagle must fly up and free. You live in your walls and stay out of mine. I dare you to get in my way. Never was searcher or give it support. With the love from back in the day. Freedom is step out and always a friend. I'll live in dreams like a man. Looking my promise and starting my goal. My message is so from the cloud. Never say never and never give up. I'm telling you, never say no.
Just hang it up.
You're losing and still giving up. You feel like you don't even try. All that I am and all I can be was everything within my brain. I don't follow orders, I follow the heart. I'll never believe what you bring. I don't care how you live, I focus on life. And this is how it has to be. You say in your lane and I'll stay in mine. And get to the winner will be. Freedom is step out and always a friend. I'll live in dreams like a man. Looking my promise and starting
Smoke weed. Got a minute.
I got my answers.
All that I am. One time.
That Travolta.
Yeah, that's. Oh, what was that? Yeah, you definitely have the hip hop, the pipes, yes, but the hip hop cadences with the heavy metal voice. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Very
Thank you
unique.
for recognizing that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally different than Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, I would say. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to
Rob was saying.
be. I don't want to be a copy of anybody else. Like when people say, "Oh, you remind me of so and so," I'm like, "Oh," because I'm my own person, you know. So, I I just want to be me. I don't want to be somebody else, you know.
What was it like the first time you got on stage to play like those songs live?
It was awesome. I felt so good. I wasn't nervous at all. I was ready. Like I said, this is something I fantasized about when I was so young. And for it to actually come to fruition was just incredible for me. And I had butterflies in my stomach, but it wasn't anxiety. It was like, I'm ready
Excitement.
to do this.
Well, I got a theory. People who get nervous before a performance are people who aren't prepared. So we rehearsed
Yeah.
7 weeks for a 30-minute set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And sometimes twice a week.
yeah, like we were just, she was prepared, you know. And then aside from the band jamming, you know, a couple times a week, me and her were playing every day.
Every day.
Just, I would play acoustic and she would sing along just for memory, because we didn't want cheat sheets and, you know, stuff like that.
Oh my God, when people have their tablet and they're doing a show, it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Memorize your lyrics, please. Please.
Yeah, and if not, don't have a tablet. Just forget them and just roll with it.
Right, or just hand your mic to the freaking audience
Crowd.
and let them sing it.
Yeah, exactly. I've done that before where I
I say
forgot
that's
my
the trick. If you don't remember them, you just give it to the crowd.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
either
'Cause
hold the
someone in
mic
the
or you
crowd knows
just hum along with your song. One of the two. Just get close as you can to the words. It don't matter as long as you don't. Yeah, having a tablet, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
for
nuts.
that's for cover bands.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
cover bands.
but we saw an original band recently and the guy had a tablet, and I was just like, oh my god, he doesn't even remember his own lyrics to a song
That's
that he
bad.
wrote.
That's
That's
bad.
horrible.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, be professional.
And you guys have
Yeah.
played a bunch of gigs here in the last couple of weeks, yes? Last
Yes,
month,
we
maybe?
did. We did Olives, which was Nyack, New York. Then we did the Bowery Palace.
down in where the old CBGB's was around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just did New Jersey Metal Fest in Teaneck, New Jersey. That was what, last weekend?
Yeah.
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 And then we're taking a break because one of our guitarists is having a baby. So his wife is due in August. So we're just kind of taking a small hiatus. And then our next show is September 12th. But
We're probably going to shoot a couple of videos in
in
the interim
between,
and
yeah.
record 2 more songs.
Yeah.
Cool. And will there be a tour then?
Well,
I'm working on it now with like some old
we can't say yet.
old acquaintances of mine, like, you know, having been doing this, you know, since '87.
Listen, it's gonna be big.
Well, big for us, you know, in the underground. But you know, I have a lot of friends, but I mean, the band has to hold its weight. So you know, they've come check us out, and we're blown away, and we're like, yeah, we're doing something together.
Yeah,
So.
we were actually scouted out at our first show, and so far I only did 3 shows. That's it. As a front woman, our first show we were scouted out, and one of the guys from the band who's doing this tour, he came up to me and he's like, "Listen," he goes, "I'm going to Europe in like a week." He said, "I'm gonna be wearing a Destroy Myself Canceled shirt every time I perform."
You betcha.
And then he said to me after that, because even that I was honored. I'm like, "Oh my god, you're gonna wear my shirt on stage? That's amazing." But then he follows it up with, "Yeah, so on our East Coast tour, we want you to open for us." I almost started crying. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, this is like, to me, very big because back in the day, I was a fan of these people. And to be able to open up for them is, I'm like, bro, I did 3 shows.
Well,
You
this is the
know?
deal. I can get them to the show to watch us, but I can't, you know, we can try to make you like us, but you know, that's what we have to do. We have to go prove ourselves because you don't know who's in the crowd. Like she didn't really know at that point that she was being, you know, we just
That I was
said
being scouted out. Yeah.
my goal was, listen, everybody in there needs to be blown away. Just like the second show, everyone needs to be blown away. Just like we
Like
played
every
with
show.
11, we played with 11 bands the other day, and no one knew who the hell we were when we started.
And we destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, and by the time, you know, right after the first song, they were in the palm of her hand, and that's what we got to
Yeah.
do because you never know who's out there watching. And then when the show was over, the first show, you know. But you know, aside from that, I have other connections. But if they hear what we're doing and it sucks, they're not going to bring us out.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
we have to be great, and that's the thing. Like the rehearsals, working with the other guys, like.
Yeah, the rehearsals are pertinent. Like, even if you, because there have been so many days where, like, I come home from work and I'm like, fuck this, I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to practice. And Rob's like, "No, you're going to practice because this is your therapy." And I'm like, in protest, I'm like, "Oh, fine, I'll go to practice."
Yeah, I'm not going to sing. I'm just going to talk.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right, I'm just gonna talk through it. And then we get to practice, and I'm like, giving it my all.
and you come home feeling better.
I do, yeah.
It's like going to the
I do.
gym. Sometimes you just don't want to go, but you drag your ass down there and you work out and you come out and you're like, God damn, I'm so happy I came.
Exactly. Afterwards, it's like, oh, you feel so accomplished.
this is so much more than a band for all of us. All of us involved have like a different role and a different expectation of it, but like all together, we're all getting something different out of it and getting, you know, the same pleasure out of it. But it's life changing for some of the other members. For her life has completely changed as far as like her demeanor and her attitude.
This has been the biggest healing process of my life. I grew up in a very violent family. I grew up with abuse, mentally, verbally, sexually. It was horrible. And I remember at 8 years old, I would punch myself in the chest, hoping that I'd have a heart attack and die. I mean, that's how crazy it was. And my life really never got better after that because it was just I had Rob's my second husband. My first husband, very abusive, broke my nose. I mean, it was just horrible, and I didn't know. I'm like, is this life? Is this what life is supposed to be? But then, you know, when I met Rob, you know, he started healing me, and at first,
But I was wounded at the same time.
yeah, he was.
He healed me.
He was, but I would go to his apartment and I'd roll out my yoga mat and I'd do yoga and he'd sit on the couch and play acoustic guitar. And it was just like the most zen. I'd smoke some joints. I'd get really
Funky
fucked up.
lights.
Yeah, I got the funky lights. And that was I'm like, oh my God, this guy is like playing music. I feel so relaxed. And it just kind of really evolved from that. And that started healing me. And listen, but before I started doing music with Rob, listening to music really healed me as well. Because when I had cancer, I listened to Anthrax a lot. And I listened to the album Among the Living. And when I had horrible days where I felt like I was gonna die, I would blast that album and be like, okay, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Fuck this. Cancer doesn't have me, you know. And what fuck with my God, I hate. Oh, I'm the
It's all
worst
good.
interview.
No, so the music as a listener and as a writer and a performer has healed both of us. You know what I mean?
Right, and I'm still healing from it. And I had no idea that, you know, at 47 years old, I had no idea that I'd be healing from trauma that happens to me at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I had no idea. But it, I have grown. I had so many anger issues. Oh my God. I would snap at the drop of a hat. I had no I was that lady, and don't call me a Karen. I was that lady in the supermarket who'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my way! I got places
Never to the
go."
staff though, but more like to other
never
idiots
to the
in the
staff. Yeah, but for like, you know, those bachelors
That's
who
Look,
that's
take up the
just New
whole
York.
aisle.
this is the good thing about this is it's a healthy outlet for her rage and anger. So crazy sister, crazy employee, crazy family member doesn't go over very well. Crazy front man,
Does.
perfect.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's nuts. Yeah, that's right. That's why she's the front man.
Right.
You know, but
right.
in the real world now she's more zen, and then she gets to go on stage and just let it all out.
Because I have that outlet.
I call it an
That's awesome.
exorgasm. That's how I look at it. It's like coming and getting rid of your demons at the same time. So an exorgasm. That's what she has on stage. You watch her and you're like, okay, she's not performing to you. She's performing for herself.
For myself. Yeah.
So it's like,
You should trademark that.
Creepy, but it's like it's almost like a form of masturbation.
Yeah, yeah.
That you're witnessing, or an exorcism, and you're just like, she's crawling around on the floor, and someone was like, "Oh, you need to make eye contact with the audience," and we're like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, I'm like,
She's
I
having a
contact.
she's having a séance
Yeah.
up there, like
I'm speaking in tongues.
yeah, she's
damn
like
it.
pounding the ground trying to make it rain, and you're talking about like looking at the crowd. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, she's excusing herself temporarily.
Yeah,
So
sorry guys, I gotta use the bathroom because I've been drinking high noons for 3 hours.
no, yeah, like I said, this is more than just a band, and the funny thing is this: a lot of people don't understand the name, and even before we went on this festival, they're like, the guy announcing us is like, people were so confused. They thought the band was called Destroy Myself, and then they're like, well, they canceled. So, can we get on the show? And he's like, no, it's Destroy Myself canceled. He's like, I don't understand this name, but here they are. And I'm like, okay, we have to dig ourselves out of a hole right now because that wasn't much of an introduction. But he was my friend, and he was just goofing around. But that whole name, it's like, for years she punished herself and hurt herself, and that's over. Like, those days are over. When I came into her life, I'm just like, just her presence healed me from what I went through. Like, in my interview with you guys, I explained that I lost two of my closest brothers in my family in age. Within 3 months, I lost my brother Anthony and my brother Mike, and I was just destroyed as a human, and I couldn't get over it. And I met her, and instantaneously it was just like a breath of fresh air, and my thoughts completely shifted. I didn't forget what happened, but I had a reason to be happy. She had a young daughter at the time. Now she just graduated, and she's going off. She got a scholarship to go off to college. So her presence just changed my life, and I brought positivity to her life. And with the whole piano thing, I don't think she understood how certain songs that were big were two chords. I showed her a couple of two-chord songs, like Nirvana, Something in the Way.
Yep.
One of the first songs she played on piano, I played it on guitar, and she's like, "That's the whole song?
Yeah.
Two
Like,
notes?"
so simple.
And
but
then
it
like an
sounded
Alanis Morissette, "Thank You," that song, 3 notes. We played that. Like, and I started saying, like, it was getting her feet wet, where it was like, yeah, these songs are huge, and they're not overwritten, and they're not overthought. It's more about the emotion. And that's when she started noodling around with these piano riffs, and it made me think out of the box with the guitar, because you don't write on piano the way you write on guitar. I can transpose it, like the song
Yeah.
that we showed you, Dark Days and Old Dirty Bitch. They were hip hop songs written on piano.
Yeah.
I just took what she wrote and already tracked on her hip hop album and kind of transposed them into a heavy version. And that's where we're at right now. But we're not remaking any more of her old hip hop songs. Now
we're moving forward with new stuff.
like Cease and Desist and All That I Am have nothing to do really with her hip hop stuff. Those were written fresh, and now we incorporate the past of her hip hop stuff, but now we've
Moving forward.
evolved
Yeah.
tremendously.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about her hip hop record is that the evolution takes place on her record. When it starts, she wasn't a singer.
Yep.
He's saying Cat Marino production, because she wrote the music.
And I'm performing.
I performed it with her. It's her production. 2 other people sang on it, Diggy and D. Scars, D sang the main vocal. She wrote the hook and sang the hook as a backup. But little by little, by the time you get to All That I Am, it's like, oh God, now we're off to the races,
Now wait, I gotta ask you guys a question. Have you heard the song Cease and Desist?
I have.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you decode it?
I don't decode anything.
Okay.
Don't get
No,
too
I'm not
specific.
getting too specific. However, it's a true story.
I'll have to
cease and
pay more
desist.
attention to the lyrics next time.
Yeah, I actually got a cease and desist from a very high profile celebrity.
Scientologist.
Scientologist. high profile Scientologists.
You don't want them
Tommy
after you.
himself?
What's that?
Tommy? Tommy
No.
boy?
No,
No.
the other one, but don't say his
Yeah,
name.
no, yeah, don't say his
Oh,
name.
okay. Yeah, all right, cool.
I don't want to
cool.
get
If
another.
you read the lyrics, if you read the lyrics to the lyric, if you play the video on here, just read the lyrics. It's so
Yeah, because I have a
obvious.
lyric video. So
I sent it to you today.
It's hilarious and so clever, but that's a true story.
But heavy as fuck.
It's heavy as fuck. Yeah, he's right. It's a true story because I had like I said, very high profile celebrity literally and figuratively insert himself in my family. So it's about someone and possibly their lover.
So it's the first song on our new EP.
Yeah.
When you send her a cease and desist, it becomes a song.
Yeah, so
Cease and desist.
so it's basically a diss song. Then it's a diss record.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, cease and desist and all that I am is very personal,
yeah.
very, very personal, and very true.
Hopefully her next song's not called Assault and Battery and Arrest. But it's all reality. It's all real stuff on the record. This
Like
just
people are like, "Do you write your lyrics?" And I'm like, "I lived them. I lived my lyrics. It's the story of my life."
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, man, and like I said, that's how I'm healing. How I'm healing.
and somehow it connects to other people because like everyone has not everyone, but most people have, family issues or quarrels with people or struggles within themselves. You know what I mean? So if you keep it, broad.
Personal, it's relatable to a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I mean-
it. That people can relate to it, and that's what matters because they connect to the lyrics. And there's so many people have come to me and they're like, "Oh my God, the song Dark Days. Oh, I
Yeah,
relate
that's very
to
broad.
it."
That's very broad.
Yeah.
Something like cease and desist is pretty direct and specific without being, name dropping, but everyone
But it's enough.
can relate to a lot of the parts in it. Like, like I said, just problems with family or anybody,
Yeah.
Well, we will play it on the way out. Do you guys have
Oh my God,
any more
that's amazing.
questions?
No, I think we're good.
So before we play this as the outro, what is you promoting this album? That's is it finished? Looks like it's finished. You got it all printed up there.
It's a 4-song EP.
Okay.
Where can we
And
get it?
I just kind of wanted to get out there the heavy stuff because the other album, it's called Chapter One, but that's really mainly focused on hip hop. So at least I just wanted to give the songs that I do live. I wanted to be able to give the audience.
So the two heavy songs that are on the hip hop record are on this EP
Mhm.
in addition to two other songs.
Yeah.
So it's
Where can we get that?
available- It's
Yeah.
all available digitally through our own record label, Did Me Dirty, through Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify,
Spotify.
and or all that. But we have a European distributor for the physical copies, and it's Did Me Dirty Records through WTF Distro. It's a distribution company out of the Netherlands that usually deals in hardcore and punk, but they jumped on her hip hop record. Probably just because it had a couple of heavy songs on it and DMC was on it and they liked it, so we're in with them. And so for physical copies in America, you come to the shows, we're throwing them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just trying to get the name out there more than try to make a living off of
Yeah,
this.
like
Yeah,
Rob doesn't either. No one in the band, especially me, we don't do it for the money because there's really no money in it. We do it for the love of music. We want people to understand. We want people to know they're not alone.
Yeah.
We're all human. We all cry. We all have pain. We're not robotic.
Well, the way I've operated in the past, you know, the two legendary bands that I'm still part of and one that I'm not part of, I never cared about the money. I always cared about the product and also being honest as an artist. So I never focused on the money, and you know, for a good amount of my life, I was able to do it as a living, but that wasn't my motivation. So I try to carry that over with this. I said, let's just make great work, and if we're meant to make money, it'll happen, or it won't.
It's a bonus if that happens, but that, like he said, that's not
Never
our
our
MO.
motivation. You know, I quit a band before a stadium tour, and walked out on a lot of money, but I wasn't happy. So we got to be happy.
Yeah.
When it's not fun, we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the rule.
And right
It's the
now
same
we're
with this
having a lot of
podcast.
fun.
We do it for the fun. We
yeah,
love it.
exactly. Well, Cat Rob, we appreciate having you on.
Yep.
Everybody go follow Cat Marino everywhere. Go check out
Thank
the
you
music if you haven't
so
already.
much.
I'm gonna step out.
I had
You
so
say your
much
goodbyes.
fun with you guys, and thank you for letting me ramble.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Our pleasure.
You're welcome back
thanks
on
for-
anytime.
Thank you, and thank you for promoting me, the videos, everything. And you guys rock, and it's people like you who keep this scene alive.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So have
so
a
this
great.
is cease and desist.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Read the lyrics.
When I was dying and needed some help, you ran for the hills, you were all by yourself. A brother that never won, you never said thing. Such a hanger on, such a delivery dead. I feel you, come here, you will never find me. I'm the perfect cowboy with the hands full of blood. You pray for me, you touch my own brain. Still I'm on fire when you say stop the sun. What goes around, that's what they say. I'm trying to dig the grave to the hungry and dead. When you're on a black book and you're covered in red, you look like a pig, like a boy in the bed. I tell you, I'm big, you will never find me. I'm the perfect cowboy with the hands full of red. You pray for me, don't touch my own breath. Still I'm on fire when you say stop the sun. No talent of your own that makes you a lead. Brand new this bad boy out of your brain. Whenever this that life justified. When your favorite one face on Saturday night. You're not waiting for it, it's something you forgot. The word for you, liberation, now you know you won't wait, you'll be writing a book. It wasn't your life, it's your destiny, so I tell you, come here, you will never find me. I'm the perfect cowboy with the hands full of red. You pray for me, don't touch my own breath. Still I'm on fire when you say stop the sun. You everybody doesn't get what you want. When you want everybody, you're against the wall. So holy